Hello, I'm Dr. Valerie Masuda. I'm a palliative care physician, and welcome to Tea with Val. Today, we're going to talk about shortness of breath. A lot of people complain that they feel so short of breath, and a lot of them pick up on Amazon these little, what we call oximeters, and they put it on their finger, and it shows you your oxygenation. And they say to me, why is my oxygenation like nearly 100%, but I'm so short of breath? One thing our lungs do is exchange oxygen, and your feeling of shortness of breath or how you breathe has a lot less to do with oxygen than it does with work of breathing and how much energy you have to take on that work of breathing. There are some lung conditions where it does impact on the body's ability to exchange oxygen. And that would happen if you have disease in your lungs, like chronic obstructive lung disease, emphysema, chronic bronchitis, or you may have cancer in your lungs that's taking up room in your lungs. There may be a blood clot in the lungs. There may be fluid which is in the chest, which is preventing the lungs from expanding. And if you have those issues, then it would be a good idea to have your oxygen checked to see whether or not having supplemental oxygen at home would be an option. But for the most part, our feeling of shortness of breath has to do with energy and how much it takes to breathe. So our lungs and our chest don't just inflate and deflate on their own. Our lungs require muscle in order to expand your chest, and that creates a vacuum, so the lungs expand and draw in air. That takes your diaphragm, which is a big muscle between your tummy and your chest, and it also takes all these muscles in between your ribs, and you also use the muscles in your neck to take a deep breath. The most efficient muscle in your body for breathing is actually this diaphragm, and it takes the least amount of energy to actually expand your lungs when you use your diaphragm. I want you just to do an experiment for me. I want you to sit back in your chair. Some people are in a recliner, and I want you to take a deep breath, but put your hand over your tummy and your hand over your chest. Take a deep breath. I think you'll find that you're breathing from up here, using your neck muscles and your rib muscles to take in air. Now I want you to lean forward and put your body forward on your knees, or you could use a table or a counter. And now take a deep breath. You can put your hand over your tummy. And you find that you may use your upper chest, but you also use your tummy. And you feel your tummy expand as you breathe. And this is why when you're short of breath, it makes a lot of sense to lean forward on your knees or lean forward on a countertop and breathe. If you're feeling very panicky and very short of breath, what a great strategy is to first lean forward on something or your knees to support your upper body. And then we're going to breathe in through our nose on a count of 4. Hold as long as you can for a count of 4, and breathe out through pursed lips for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. If you're feeling very anxious, holding for 4, breathing in for 4 may feel like too much. So try breathing through your nose in for 2, holding for 2, breathing completely out for 2, holding for 2. And really what we're doing is trying to move as much air efficiently with the least amount of energy. I want to talk a little bit about your spoons, your energy in breathing. If it takes a lot of spoons to breathe, particularly for people who have lung disease, where it takes a lot more energy to breathe in and breathe out. So it takes a lot more spoons. Some people take 2 or 3 times more spoons of energy to breathe than it takes me to breathe. So if you're only down to 4 or 5 spoons in a day and you're using up 2 spoons just to breathe, you can imagine how hard it is. So what I would suggest is be mindful of your energy. If you have very few spoons, very little energy, then rest. And you'll find that after resting, you'll be able to breathe better. The other thing is that people will often say, why is it so hard for me to go to the bathroom? I'm so short of breath, but I can go and shop at the grocery store and I'm not short of breath. Well, the key is that at the grocery store, they're pushing a grocery cart, and that puts them in a very good position for breathing. You can see when you use a walker, it puts your body in the best position for breathing. And people can get a small apartment walker, so it helps them navigate through their home and helps them breathe. And then when they go outside, they may use a bigger walker with a little seat in it, which allows them to sit and rest. The other thing you may find really helpful when you're feeling really short of breath is opening a window, getting a breeze on your face, and using a portable fan. Having a portable fan just in front of you, which you can lift up and have air flowing past your face, is very, very helpful. The wind hits receptors in your face, your eyes, your nose, and it tells your body it's okay, you're getting more air. Going up a flight of stairs can make you feel really short of breath. So use the handle, the stair rail, so you can support your upper body and go one step at a time. Breathe. Another step. Breathe. If you take it nice and slow, and then if you have a chair at the top of the stairs, you may find it much, much easier to manage. You can ask your doctor about medications that can also help you feel less short of breath. But this is between you and your physician. Thank you for joining me for this edition of Tea with Val. If you found this video helpful, please share. You can also find our other helpful videos at www.satescenter.com.